This is a documentary about parents with intellectual disability and their lived experience of child protection. These parents are sharing their own stories. These parents want people to know that parents with intellectual disability have the ability to be fantastic parents. In this documentary, they share things that did not work, but also share the things that helped them to be successful during their child protection involvement. We would like to thank the parents who kindly shared their lived experience for this documentary. Every parent's lived experience is different. For legal reasons, the parents' faces are blurred for the protection of their children. This documentary might be confronting for some people.
Hi, my name is Sue. Thank you for being here today and sharing some of your story with us. We are going to talk about a hard topic, and that is child protection. We are going to do this so we can share your lived experience with child protection workers. We hope they are able to learn from your story, advice, and any recommendations you have. What is the best thing about being a parent?
I love being a parent. My child is just adorable. I love looking after her. I love caring for her. I love doing the day-to-day tasks.
Bringing up a child and watching them grow and changing their life.
Best thing about being a parent, watching my kids grow up.
How many children do you have?
I've got 4 children and I've got 1 child in my care.
Just one.
I have 3.
How did you first find out child protection was going to be involved with you and your family?
With my eldest child, she was taken at birth, so I didn't know anything at all. But with my youngest child, we'd actually spoken to child protection, and because we'd had that engagement, it was known, so we were actually able to work with child protection.
I didn't know. They just came at the parenting program unexpectedly.
I got a call that they said they were going to come.
We know it can be difficult for child protection to be involved. What would have helped to make it easier for you?
Having a positive attitude from a worker can really make a difference, and having open, honest communication.
I should have been warned.
If I was warned, it would have been better being prepared.
What would have been helpful to know when child protection first became involved with you and your family?
Before the baby was born and before child protection were coming to see us, it would have been good if they had have had all the referrals and everything sorted out to go to mother-baby units and things like that.
It was a shock. They should have explained why they were coming before they came.
To explain why they were there.
Do you know and understand why child protection became involved?
Yes, now I do.
As far as I know, child protection came involved from prehistoric stuff, but as far as how I was going now, I didn't really understand what their problem was.
Yes, it's because they found out I had seizures and they thought I was a danger to the child.
How did you feel when child protection became involved with you and your family?
My whole world was turned upside down, and I felt like I'd just been invaded.
Scared, nervous and worried about them taking off with him.
Really sad.
What are some of the things child protection workers should do when they first meet families?
They should have a positive attitude. They should have a can-do attitude. They should really talk to the family and find out what is wrong so they can have communications with people in order to prevent things blowing up into an argument that could potentially be avoided.
They should study for people with disabilities if they want to work with them, instead of making out that we're a danger when they have no idea what they're talking about, because we usually know what we're capable in doing, because people with disabilities understand more what their feelings are for bringing up a child.
If they offered help, asked to see if I needed help.
Were there things that worked well when child protection was involved with your family?
They also helped with interactions with the childcare centre. Sometimes educational facilities such as childcare centres have expectations on how things need to be. And if you don't understand those things, and if you don't have someone to explain those things and to talk to the childcare centre as well, it can easily turn into a conflict.
Well, they still let me stay with my child at least, but they just made someone else be around me at the same time.
Yes, BAP care support.
Can you think of anything child protection workers should do better to support parents with disability better?
They should have a can-do attitude. They also need to make sure that information is accessible and understandable and in different formats, because not everybody's a great reader, not everybody's a great writer, not everybody understands those hard to read court documents and court reports and things like that. All parents with disabilities should have advocates straight away.
Yes, go to university and study people's disabilities so they can work with them and help guide them.
Put a whole bunch of support in place.
Can you think of a time something did not work when you were involved with child protection?
With my eldest child, it took 2 years to get into a mother-baby unit. Once I was in the mother-baby unit, the bond had literally been broken between me and my eldest child. So having shorter wait times and being able to access services such as mother-baby units in a shorter amount of time would have been better.
I told them that my son had a tongue tie and they refused to listen, and they didn't even look, and they just made up their mind and said, no, he hasn't got a tongue tie. And I said, actually he does, because he's unable to latch on. And they just tried to make out that I couldn't do it, even though it was the most simplest thing to do. She didn't even bother checking. I asked her to properly check, and she wouldn't. She just goes up, looks at the child's face, and that was it. So she thought I was so stupid that I wouldn't know the difference, but I certainly understood everything.
Yes, before my son was diagnosed with ADHD and autism, he was falling over a lot, and DHS didn't listen to me. If they listened, it would have helped.
What were the supports that really helped you when you were involved with child protection?
I also had an enhanced maternal and child health nurse, and she was good for the breakdown of information, and also she could offer regular appointments where the normal maternal and child health nurse just can't do that because they don't have that availability. And IFAS. IFAS was involved from just before the birth, and they helped facilitate meetings and talk to child protection and liaise with me about what was happening and just how to engage and encourage positive communication, and that was really helpful too.
By telling me it's all right. And also I had a few other people like from Legal Aid, so they were able to help me and my mum be able to fight child protection much easier. Pretty much every week till we got it all sorted out.
Cradle to Kinder, BAP Care, family supports and advocacy by giving me support that I needed.
And lastly, do you have any tips for child protection workers?
I think the main tips is to break things down, to have things in accessible formats, make sure services engage with the parents and not just send them there because they've sent them in the past, and to really make sure that they're sending them to a service which is going to empower the parents, and to listen to the parents and tell the parents what they can do rather than the things that they can't do and what they shouldn't be doing.
If they want to work with us, start studying people with disabilities so they can work with us, not against us. And the same with parenting program, they need to do it exactly the same. Otherwise, they shouldn't be having anything to do with us unless they know what they're doing.
Yes, treat people with disability with respect.
We hope these stories give you some hints about what parents with intellectual disability need. Please listen to what parents are saying in regards to their needs and concerns. We also hope this inspires you to work alongside parents with intellectual disability for a positive experience and outcome.